Hey guys, so we're going to start this a little bit earlier. I mentioned I was going to do some tech videos with people asking me questions so in 2020, but I figure I'll start now and then we'll kind of get better at it by the time 2020 comes. So I've just been taking a few questions that, I get lots of questions from you guys, and a lot of them kind of are the same. I mean, they're different, obviously, every case is a little different, but they have a lot of the same subjects. So this one I thought was kind of interesting. It's the person asked, by the way, I'm not going to say anybody's names in these because I didn't ask people if I could use their names. So if you want me to use your name in the future, and we'll talk about that maybe, and we'll see if we want to do that. But anyways, this person, they're shooting a wedding in a hall, and they have an A1X, on camera flash, and then they've got a B10. And they said, where would you, place it? And they give a couple options. By the stage, I guess this is during the reception, shooting into the crowd, just on the side of the room somewhere, or, and or should they put a modifier on it? So this question, like most questions, gets answered with well, it kind of depends, right? And if you were, what I replied back was, ideally, right, which wasn't one of the options, you'll have an assistant carry it, right? Because A1, I should say a B10 is strong. It's not that strong, and if you're using it, right, it's not really like a set it and forget it situation for me, I don't think. You can put lights all around in the reception hall and then have them firing. I mean, that's definitely a technique that people use. But I find that just will light up the whole hall and maybe make it look flat. I think typically your secondary light source you want to use is like a kicker or something. So it depends on what you're doing, And also remember that if the dance floor, if they've got like these like disco lights with different LEDs and stuff and color going off, and you blast the thing with a strobe, right, it's just going to wash all that out and just look bad. So you've got to really think about how you're using your light, and each time for each frame that you shoot, you really need to make unique to the shot, right? So if I was going to shoot a huge group shot where, let's say, when they were doing the YMCA or something during the thing, and I wanted to make sure everybody was sharp or whatever, I might move the light right over to the next to where I'm shooting and shoot it, or I might bounce it off the roof. It really, really depends. So there's no real good answer to that. What I would say to it is this: the idea of filling the room with light when you're at a reception hall, at least to my taste, goes against kind of a lot of what you want to do. You want to get the feel of the wedding, but you want to have enough light there. So your A1X on top of the camera is going to give you your fill on whoever you're photographing. I would use the secondary light as a kicker, so I'd have somebody hold it. Or if you have to leave it in certain places, maybe set it up and move around throughout the night, depending on the shot you're doing, right? It's easy enough to like if you're doing table shots and you just want some ambience, let's say in the back, you could be like, all right, I'm gonna do these 4 or 5 tables, so I'm gonna put it over here and bounce it off the wall so that it lights up the whole background over here. Then I can go from table to table to table, and then I'm gonna move it over here and do it. Because I think just putting it in one spot is probably not the answer. So that's what I would say there. So like I said, guys, this is gonna be something new, so go ahead and send me your tech questions like you always do in DMs. You can put them in the comments here. This is probably a good way to start it. So let's start putting them in the comments. If you do want to DM me because you want to keep it private or whatever, that's fine. You can DM me on Instagram, which is usually the best way, Daniel Norton, or Facebook, or whatever you want. And I'll do my best to answer these. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.